For those of you new to the channel, my name is Dan and this is Homeworks Investing, where we focus on growing your pocket.
Get strong.
To give you guys some back text as who I am a real estate investor, primarily a buy and hold investor. I love purchasing properties, getting a tenant in them, and getting some cash flow every single month. So some of the properties that I own actually are condos. So in this video, let's discuss all of the reasons why I don't like investing in condos and why sometimes they can be a headache. The first reason is lack of control. So the four walls within your space, you actually own that. When it comes to the common and shared areas, that's owned by the Homeowners Association. By being a unit owner, you actually get access to all these spaces. However, there is a lack of control when it comes to that. So you have fully control of your unit, but when it comes to the shared spaces, you may not have control over that. So a lot of times there are certain limitations on those spaces, such as the time of operation. For example, if it's a laundry room, it may have a specific time of operation. If it's a community yard, it may have a time of operation. It may have limitations as to how you can use it, if you can have individuals, how many amount of individuals, and sometimes they can actually be cumbersome because you actually don't have control of the shared spaces. Sometimes it can be a headache, especially if you're dealing with a board that's pretty strict. So that's one of the main reasons as to why I don't like investing in condos. This also leads me to my next point as to why I don't like investing in condos, which is the Homeowners Association. Now, the Homeowners Association is usually a group of individuals that come together, usually about 5, 6. Some of them can actually be much more than that, but they're pretty much in charge of making decision of all these shared spaces that I spoke about. So sometimes by dealing with this Homeowners Condos Association, it can be a headache. It really just depends on who these individuals are. A lot of times also what their aim and what their goal and perspective is. There is sometimes I've noticed an ego trip and a power trip. So my suggestion will be to anybody looking to invest in a condo, if you are going to make that jump and that leap of faith, just make sure you get involved in the Homeowners Association, become a board member, and become active. Therefore, you'll have control of your unit. While talking about the Homeowners Association, let's talk about the Homeowners Association fee. Now, the Homeowners Association fee is something that you pay additionally to what your mortgage and your taxes will be. This is actually to upkeep all of these shared spaces that I spoke about within the Condo Homeowners Association. A lot of times you can actually have a Homeowners Association fee that's actually really not that bad and actually does give you a lot of different things, such as amenities, such as pools, such as laundry, such as a 24-hour security guard. However, one thing to keep in mind is that these fees can increase. They usually do increase based on cost of living. So that is one reason why I don't like investing in condos, because that can affect your bottom line, especially if you're buying a condo for cash flow. Another reason is special assessments. At times, instead of them increasing fee, they'll do something called a special assessment, in which they pool a large amount of money together to space for a specific project. Let's just say, for example, if a roof needs to get repaired, the roof is $20,000. They'll just divide that amount by all the unit homeowners, and what they'll do is they'll give you guys, on top of your Homeowners Association fee, an additional special assessment fee that you have to pay for. This can be a negative thing, especially if it's something that doesn't impact you. Just to give you an example, say you live in a condo association building where you guys have gutters throughout the whole entire building. But on your particular unit and your neighbor's particular unit, the gutters are actually perfectly fine because you've actually always kept up your gutters. But let's just say on the far left side of the building, the gutters are actually in really poor shape. Now a contractor comes out and the contractor says, hey, we have to replace all the gutters because we can't just do it in portions because of the whole entire building and the structure of the building. So now they have to come up with a special assessment to replace these gutters. It doesn't really affect you because your gutters are actually perfectly fine, but because you are in that building, now you actually have to pay for this special assessment to replace all the gutters. So even though your gutters are in perfectly good condition, now you have to pay to replace them, and now you have to offset this cost with other unit owners, which can be kind of annoying because in the first place, you took care of your property. But when you live in a condo, this is something you have to always keep in mind, which can also be a negative to purchase in a condo. Which brings me to my next point. When you invest in a condo, your neighbor's unit can actually affect your unit. Let's just say, for example, your neighbor happens to foreclose on their property. They're not able to upkeep their mortgage payments and they foreclose. Because the value of that property will go down in their unit, that actually affects and impacts your unit because you guys are right next to each other, and that's actually a comp. When an appraiser comes out and does an appraisal, they're going to appraise a property that is similar to yours because that property is right next to you within a specific radius. Also, a lot of times, many mortgage lenders will also want to look at the financial status of other units before they actually lend out to your specific units. If there are too many renters in the building, they may not want to lend out to your unit. If there are too many foreclosures in the building, they may not want to lend out to your unit. I've actually came across this issue many times. So just be careful when you're purchasing a condo. You have to actually know what you're getting into because your neighbors and that actual condo itself can affect yours. Thus, bringing me to my final point as to why I don't like investing in condos is because condos just simply happen to appreciate much slower in value than other properties. They appreciate slower in value than single family homes, than townhomes, than multifamily homes. They're actually one of the slowest types of properties to appreciate in value. So if you are looking for a property that you want to get in and flip and get out of it quick, just be wary of that the condo will appreciate much slower. Condo also attracts a specific type of homeowner, so you also have to keep that in mind. Generally, a family that's looking to grow is not really going to look to purchase a condo. It's more for single individuals or individuals that are looking to not really get into too much maintenance, that they could just have their fee paid and have everything taken care of. So also keep that in mind as well. Thank you guys. Hopefully you like the information. If you like what you saw, please make sure to subscribe and see you guys next time with more related content.